Cheers. Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I want to talk about something that I have never heard in the prepper community, and that is beards. Should a prepper have a beard? And yeah, today I'm going to talk about all the benefits and all the disadvantages of having a beard for a prepper. But before we do that, if you're interested in detective stories, here's the first part of an 11-part series that I wrote called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch, and if you're interested, the link will be down in the description. So, beard, to have or not to have? That is the question. Well, I've came on this topic by reading in some history journal, and I read about the Great Fire of Chicago, and I read that firemen used to have beards that they make wet and they put in between their teeth to protect their lungs from bigger pieces of ash, and that has made me think about the survival benefits of having a beard. So I done some research, and yeah, to be honest, having a beard is great for the reasons I'm going to tell. It should be up to your own choice, but there's a reason why humans have evolved with a beard and we are almost naked everywhere else. So already was thinking, what are the survival benefits of beards that they're still into humans? So I made a list about the survival benefits of it. But yeah, let's start with the first one. First one, I would say it's just time saving. If you have to shave every day, that's something that we can only do because we have the technology of mass producing shaving machines and in this and mass razors that you can buy and shaving cream and all that. Shaving was used to be even in the 20th century. It was something that you would do one every 3 days to go to the barber shop and having a shave. It was considered something of a luxury status. And actually, throughout most of history, it was actually the case. And yeah, so if you're for a survival situation, I would say having a beard is great because it could save you so much time that you otherwise would spend in shaving, sharpening your razor, and such, making water warm, making shaving cream or soap, that kind of stuff that you would otherwise use for your beard. And that comes to the next thing, because if you are in a survival situation, whether it's a bug out or bug in scenario, if you're going to shave, especially during a bug out scenario, and the conditions are not that sanitary. So yeah, the it could be that the water is not as clean. Perhaps you have not would be able to bathe for sometimes because yeah, the water is not clean, or other reasons. You could have the risk to have an infection. So if you start to shave, you could have a little cut, and that little cut could be getting infected, especially if it's a warm, humid area during a bug out scenario. So yeah, if you read about adventurers, a lot of adventurers and explorers on expeditions died because they shaved, they got a little cut, and that little cut got infected. So that's something you really need to watch out for. So I would say having a beard could be have that big survival advantage. So the next thing is UV protection. So I've noticed that if I forgot my some coconut oil or something, or some sun oil to during a very sunny day, my face would get burnt, but the area where I have a beard were less affected. So beards give a certain UV protection around the mouth, especially around the lips, which are more sensitive than the skin around on your face. But it's a part of your face that could be, especially if you have a head like this, if you have a hat or a cap like me, if you can see, the light is coming from there, and this is all dark now, but this is exposed to the would be still be exposed to the sun, so it would give some additional protection against UV rays and prevents you from having sunburns. All right, let's go to the next one. Radiating heat. If you are close to a campfire, or you're in a burning building or whatever, there is something with fire that is radiating heat. if you have a beard, that could give some protection against it, against the radiating heat. And it's just the same as UV, but with direct radiating heat. So yeah, that could be helpful to protect part of your skin, because if you're going to burn, have some burns on your skin, the more surface you get burned, the more chance, uh, what did I say? The more skin there is burnt, the more risk you have for infection after a burn. So when there is radiating heat, it could be beneficial that this portion of your skin would still be less affected by the heat. All right. Next thing is keeping warm during winter. It's something that I noticed, and probably everybody who went to the barber shop and they got outside and they suddenly it was much colder. The same thing goes for a beard. If you have a beard, usually when you're going on a bug out or you're outside, you will have a hat on, you will have your scarf, your jacket, but usually your face will be full, will be um, open. So it's not like you're always going to have one of these ski masks like this with you. So yeah, having your beard could be a sort of protective layer, and I would say insulating layer, where it could be protected against cold wind or freezing, or keeping some of your body heat a little bit on your face. So that's another benefit of having a beard. Next thing is, you look more intimidating. Yeah, this could sound like a little bit of macho bullshit, but it is. If you are going to rob or attack a person, and that person has a beard, you would it's naturally more intimidating than a person who has no beard. Yeah, because there is that concept of he must be wilder, he must be more mature, he must have more authority, and yeah, that's something that is something inside of the human psychology, that a beard equals wild, aggression, authority, older, more experience. So yeah, that's something that is naturally inside of it. So having a beard and you're in a begin or beguile scenario and somebody is thinking about robbing you, that will lower the chances that they will do that. They will expect more resistance from, like I said before, a person who looks older, has more experience, look more intimidating. So yeah. And next thing is that is a weird one, because there are studies that say that a beard could protect against punches. I would not say that you don't feel anything, but there is a certain absorption, more chance that it will glance off. And yeah, I would say look it up. These studies, there are several studies of this, and it's not much. It's like 16% less force in a punch when there is a beard, and 60 to 20 more when when it's just bare skin. So that's something to look up for. I'm not sure about this, but it sounds a little bit logical that that there is more chance that it will gland off because of the hairs. Uh, and there is another thing that I would say. Now that yeah, I will say it now. If your beard is too long, that could be less beneficial in a survival situation during a fight, because somebody could grab it. So I would say have a beard, or do it like me. So not it's not long enough to crap on. So yeah, we'll talk about that later in the disadvantages. Next thing is protection against rain. So we all know the browns, the mustache, the beard. When rain falls on your head or your face, it will get away from your eyes. It will get away from your nose, get away from your mouth. And another benefit is, if you are walking in the rain and you have a coat, if it's bare skin, it will run from your cheek into your neck and right into your clothing from your neck. So if you have a beard, there is more chance that the rain that will fall from your head will fall before the part where it could get into your clothing. So that's another benefit that I noticed when I was wearing a rain poncho and my face got wet. It felt all in the front and not inside of the poncho. So that's another benefit of it. Uh, yeah, protection against um, what do you say this, mosquitoes. I noticed when I get bit by mosquitoes, it's never in this area. So yeah, perhaps it will give you some protection. So if you wear clothing, if you have a beard, there is less place where a mosquito get in and has less chance to stuck into your skin. So yeah, if you do not have a full net mosquito net around you during a bug out, like if you're going to Scotland with those midgets that could plague you, so yeah, it could help you. I would say it's more a reduce of mosquito bites, I would say. uh all right, next thing is camouflage. uh, Beard is actually kind of a natural camouflage. So, if you know anything about camouflage, it's about breaking the contours of yourself against the surrounding. So, a beard, if you have something round, which is something that, yeah, it's something that is more visible in nature. So, if you have a beard that breaks the contours from the side, that could be less visible. If I have camouflage clothing, and yeah, it's with a beard, that could be a little bit less visible from far away than somebody who has a full round uh, unshaved head that is white and you can see it from far away. So yeah, that's a little bit contours that are a little bit less human, like human shape in a way that is less visible from far away. And it's also less that you have to camouflage with some coal with some coal or something that you rub onto your face, or some paint. So yeah, that could be a little bit cost saving on in that regard. So yeah, it's a little bit of a natural camouflage, less visible. I don't say you're full invisible, but it's reducing. um yeah, well, what was I talking about? Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. It gives also trust in a survival situation. So if you took courses of first aid, there is something they teach you about about the bystander effect, that everybody does. If the more people there are, the less people are or will react to help. So the thing is that you can do is, if you have a beard, you will have more authority by human psychology, actually. So some people will be more likely to listen to you if you have a beard, because like I said before, you look older, you look more intimidating, you look like you have more experience. So, and that is something that is also been done in the police force of India. Policemen in India are paid more if they have facial hair, because it will exude more authority, and that's why get paid a little bonus every month. So yeah, there is something happening in there. So it could be helpful during a survival situation. You meet somebody else, and yeah, you could be more trusted somebody with a beard than somebody who is less mature, who has no beard and looks like they are less mature, less experienced. So yeah, that could be handier for making bonds, or to make people trust you, or to make people listen to you with your advice more. So yeah, that's another benefit. Next thing is it's easier to go into a gray man, or to do evasion. What do I mean by that? Imagine you are in a scenario where you are being hunted by police, military, criminals, or whatever, and they are looking for a certain person. They look for example, if they would look for me, and I need to evade, I need to flee the country, I need to evade from police, military, criminals, or something. And yeah, they know my face now. If you shave my beard off now, I would look like a baby. I would have such a baby face that the last time I took off all my old beard, I almost did not recognize myself. So in a hurry, you could say I shave my beard off, and I will be less likely to be spotted in the wanted posters or whatever they are looking for. So it's a good evasion tool to have. It's handier to take a beard off than to grow one during such evasion maneuvers. So yeah, um, so I think I'm ready now with the benefits, but there are still some disadvantages that you need to take in account to making this decision. First of all, the big one that most people will talk about is gas masks. Uh, to be honest, I'm not really sure about it. I will test it out right now, because in the US Army, you are not allowed to have a beard, and modern firemen do not also have can grow a beard, because the thing is, if you have a beard, the seal of a gas mask or a oxygen system could not fit. But I wear my gas mask straight out. I have a small beard, and like I said, if you have a long beard, that could be a problem. But if you have a beard like me, so like a semi, like something in between. Let's see. So I could, whenever I close off the valve, I cannot breathe. So it's fully sealed, even though I have a beard. But to be honest, my beard is going along the sides. So even when it's going alongside the ceilings, it's still airtight. So perhaps the beard could be different. Perhaps somebody has some more thickness in their beard. But like you saw, um, a gas mask is no problem if you have a balanced beard, I would say. So depending on the beard, I would say test it out first before you make that decision. But like you saw, the one of the big disadvantages is not really that big of a disadvantage. And to be honest, the moment that you will be needing a gas mask for nuclear, chemical, biological, radiological scenarios, the shit would have hit the fan. So you can do your beard off for that period of time. So let's go to the next one. Next one, the disadvantage would be little parasites like lice, fleas, pubic lice. How you get that with a beard? You know what I mean. Yeah, those are the in mosquitoes are less likely to get into the skin beneath the beard, but some like I said, these parasites like fleas and lice, they thrive in beards. So yeah, so if you have those, there is sometimes less no other option than to shave your beard off. But yeah, those things could happen, and yeah, it's not beard grow back. So I would say that's not really that big of an issue in my opinion. Next thing is, like I said before, grab handling it in a fight. If you have a beard that is too long, yeah, it's easier to grab it by pulling it during a fight. Have a beard that is, like I said, like me, you cannot hold on to. So yeah, that would be stupid to have in a fight. And next thing is, and this is a little bit annoying. It's more of annoying. If you have a zipper and you have a long beard and you zip it, your beard will get stuck. And all the people who have a beard, if you drink a can of soda, if you have sometimes those little hairs that get stuck onto the lip of the can and pull it out, and that hurts. That hurts a little bit. That's also a little bit annoying. But those are the only disadvantages I could find actually. So the disadvantages outweighs all the benefits in my opinion. So having a beard is actually better as a prepper in my opinion. And yeah, if you have any other disadvantages for a beard, please let me know in the comments. I'm always eager to learn, to try to see try to debunk what I'm saying here. Perhaps I did not think about something, so please comment. Or if you have another benefit for a beard, for a prepper, please let me know. Like I said, I'm always eager to learn. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you in the next video. And don't shave that beard, boys. No beard, no man.